Yo, what it do? It's your boy Youngest in Charge. Coming to y'all today with another motherfucking video. Want to say I appreciate everybody who's been tapping in with me. If you need to know to contact me, links are in bio. Only click the official links, no other links. Then you'll be knowing you're talking to me or my staff, and we can get you guys right. But I'm dealing with a client now, trying to move into a new place, and they hit me up and they needed apartment package in 3 days. I told her it's not possible because the trade lines in the primary, they take the longest to post. You can have a blank CPM made in, 30 minutes, but you have to wait for the trade lines in the primaries to post. So that's the video's today's topic. How long does it take the trade lines to post? Well, trade lines can take up to 2 weeks to post. Usually I say that's about the max it'll take a trade line. Sometimes they could take longer. They say up to 45 days sometimes. But it really just depends, I guess, who you're going through. A lot of the time, if you're going through vendors on Telegram, they have faster posted trades. They have cheaper trades. And if you go to the websites, like you guys know the websites that I tell you guys have legit trade lines, like Trade Line Vault or the Trade Line Factory. I forgot the other one. I don't even remember that one. It's something. Trade Line Vault, official Trade Line Factory. Trade Line, I don't know. It was another one, it's a third one. I just forgot the name of it. But those are gonna cost a little bit more and their posting dates are a little bit longer. You see on their website, they'll say it can take up to 45 days for a trade to post. Now that's a pretty long time. That's about a month and a half. People don't have that much time. If you're going through Tele, you get them cheaper and you're getting them with faster posting dates. It just depends on the vendor, how they're getting them, who they're getting them from. There's a lot of ways to get trade lines to add. Now, adding your own trade lines is pretty easy to do once you start using the CPs to get your own CCs. Once you have your own CCs, you can use those CCs as AUs for your other CPs that you're making. Boom. So now you got free AUs you can use. But of course, you'd have to take care of those accounts. So just how you play it, guys. Credit's a very it's a long run game. It's a lot of shit you can do with it. Getting the credit cards, using those as AUs, building more CPNs with that. That's probably the smartest way. But of course, you're gonna have some CPs. You're gonna use the CCs to cash out. Use them for investments. Maybe put it into your business, something like that. But as long as you're making those payments, shit. That's the long-term goal, though, you guys. Don't forget that. If you're young, you might just use the CPNs to just run off with, which I get it. But you still should use them to build. It's always better to try to build something, y'all. That way, when time passes by, you have some there, to rely on, some there, that you can be proud that you built. You feel me? So, but to answer the question to this video, my bad, y'all. Trade lines usually are going to take 7 to 10 days to post. I'd say that's standard. 7 to 10 days. Sometimes they post quicker. Sometimes they'll post within 5 days. Sometimes they'll post, longer. Maybe it'll take 2 or 3 weeks. I've seen that happen. I've had that happen with me myself. So sometimes it all depends too on the file, making sure your files try merged right. Just because you got into Credit Karma, if you have problems getting into Credit Karma, that could mean something. But usually if you get into Credit Karma, that means your file's good to go. But it could mean that the file could just mean that nobody's used Credit Karma yet either. But still, that's about how long it takes those trades to post, y'all. So keep that in mind when you're building your CPN, how long it's going to take for you to have a score. To get apartments, though, you necessarily don't need a score. They really just want to see that you don't have any evictions and shit. Even if you have collections accounts, like if it's not for an apartment, it's not an eviction, then it's not that big a deal to the to the landlords and shit. If you have like a late car payment or late credit card payments, it's going to be a little concerned though, because it shows that you're not managing your money right. But as far as getting you in, if you have the proof of income, then having those collection accounts ain't gonna really fuck with you too bad. But y'all, that's about how long it takes for the trades to post. If you need an apartment package, let me know. Can't do it in 3 days. Try our best, but I guarantee you it's probably not gonna be done in 3 days. We just got the blank made for this customer that I'm talking about today. So now we're gonna have to wait for the trade lines to post. So that's gonna, like I was saying, that's gonna have a huge factor on what the waiting time is for you. They waited last minute. Don't wait last minute. If you know you need to move out, give yourself a month or two in advance to get everything in order. You could do this on your real credit too. The reason they didn't do it on their real credit is because their real credit, has collections on it. Even though I said, it doesn't really matter if you have collections, it doesn't. But if your score is so low, it's gonna be, you don't have the proof of income, you're fucked. So sometimes it's just easier, instead of putting those trade lines on your real credit that is already fucked up, it's better to just make a blank same name and then just add those trades because it'll just have the score high type shit. Keep that in mind, y'all. It's your boy Youngest. You need a bag ready to change that life. Gotta tap in with the Get Money Boys because we gonna get you right. All right. It's your boy Youngest in charge. I'll be at y'all with the next video. All right. Gang.